Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Rob. We got your boy CJ, also known as Celano Jones. Say what's up, bro.
What's good, everyone? What's
So
good?
today we're gonna be talking about the 49ers versus Seahawks week 4 recap. And this was a slow, terrible start for the Niners. And I'm going to be honest with you, this Niners team is very inconsistent. We are not good. I'm sorry to tell you guys, this is very inconsistent team. What do you and then with our players, we'll base them off a grade to see how they did. What do you think, Selena, of that?
Um, First, it was our special teams because if we would have had Robbie Gold, he would have missed those field goals that we had. First, I'm gonna blame it on our special teams, the kickoff return, because Canyon, number 49, he fumbled the ball, and we could have had an opportunity to score, but that cost us the game.
True, and we'll go into grading the players real quick with their performances. So we'll start off with quarterbacks. For me, I'm giving this quarterback group for week 4 against the Seahawks a C. Garoppolo Garoppolo was like 12 for 19 or 12 for 20 with like one touchdown pass to Ross Dwelly, which was a good touchdown pass, and then one interception. Lance was 9 for 18 with 2 passing touchdowns, no interceptions, but those two seem to be very inconsistent as quarterbacks. And Lance is still developing, though, but still he looks very inconsistent. He reminds me of Colin Kaepernick. So, what would you rate this quarterback group, CJ?
Um, I would grade the quarterback
Because I
like
gave him a C.
like I'll give it I'm gonna give Garoppolo a C and Trey Lance a B minus because he came into the game and had like 2 touchdown passes and he still needs to develop though, like his passing stuff. I know it's gonna be off. I'm gonna give him a B minus right now because he almost made our team back in the game if we had the outside kick and stuff. But yeah, B minus for Trey Lance. Garoppolo
Running
C.
running back group for me. There was only one running back that was running this whole game, and that was Trey Sermon. I gave this running back group, which is probably Trey Sermon, an A minus. Trey Sermon ran for 89 yards, didn't have a touchdown, but still produced well on the field. When they were in that pistol formation with him and Trey Lance, right? He got his longest run. That was the longest run of the game for him, which was like 15 yards. What
Yeah,
about you? What would you grade Trey Sermon?
I'm gonna grade him a A plus. I mean, he did pretty well and all that stuff. I like it. Um, we did get in our running game even though our running backs are down. Um, Trey Summers the guy. Yeah.
Tight ends, B minus. Ross Dwelly had his only catch was a touchdown. Then after that, George Kittle only had maybe like 45 to 50 yards, and he almost got injured off a hit by one of their Seahawks linebackers. It's looking like Garoppolo doesn't want to target Kittle at all. Trey Lance, when they do target Kittle, it's a very high pass, which is very dangerous for Kittle because Kittle's got since he has injuries, he has likelihood of getting injured again, which got me scared in the game when Kittle went down when his knee bent. What about you? You probably give the same grade for the tight ends as well.
Um, for Wash Jelly, I'm gonna get him. I got him an A plus. I mean, one catch, touchdown, great. I like that catch. That catch was great.
Kittle's has to be as at least a C or a C minus. He didn't
Kittle,
produce. He didn't produce that much on the field.
he didn't produce that well. Yeah, he didn't produce that well. Just wait until the wide receiver produces.
Wide receiver group, A minus. As we saw from this wide receiver group, it looks like Deebo Samuel looks like the best player in the 49ers offensively right now. He leads the NFL in receiving yards. He also leads the NFL in yards after catch. He is looking like becoming one of the best wide receivers in the NFL. And I'm not surprised about that because when you looked at his rookie season, he's looked dominated after the yards after catch. He looks like an all-pro wide receiver throughout the 4 games so far. And Brandon Ayuk starting to show up again. He's been gaining yards. Sanu has good potential. He's been catching like tough passes from Garoppolo and Trey Lance, which is looking good. But the main part of that wide receiver group is Deebo Samuel. Deebo Samuel looks like the best wide receiver, one of the top 10 best wide receivers in the NFL right now, and there's no debate about that. What about you? What would you rate this wide receiver group?
I'm gonna have to give Deebo Samuel I'm gonna give him an A plus because he had 2 touchdowns that game, and yeah, I'm gonna get Brandon Ayuk like a C plus. He developed more and all that stuff. So yeah.
Offensive line. D. They protected Garoppolo throughout the first 2 quarters, and then the end of the second quarter, Garoppolo gets sacked. Garoppolo got sacked maybe 2 or 3 times in that whole thing. They've also got a lot of offensive penalties right there. Trent Sherfield, wide receiver, got that penalty right there. Offensive guard Daniel Brunskill got a holding call for 15 yards. Mike McGlinchey got another holding call for 15 yards. It's looking like the Niners offensive line is kind of mediocre. They tend to do good, and then after that, they tend to sometimes can't hold their place sometimes. But Trent Williams looks like the best left tackle still in the NFL, one of the best linemen. The other is just questionable. I thought Alex Mack was going to go in there with a good mentality. He's looking like sometimes he can't hold his own for some reason. What about you for the offensive line?
I'm gonna grade the offensive lineman a C plus because we need to develop more. But Trent Williams, he did good, but like he just got injured. That's it. He's a good offensive lineman. Alex Mack is too. Everybody is good offensive lineman, but like we just gotta develop more. We just can't like get sacked every play. I just don't like it.
Defense. We're going to go to defense. Defensive line. A. As we saw that Nick Bosa, D Ford made a presence in that Seahawks game. First quarter, Nick Bosa records a sack, his 4th sack of the year. Then D Ford gets 2 sacks in this game. Javon Kinlaw didn't get a sack. He got a pressure, but it went right to D Ford. D Ford now has like 3 or 4 sacks this year as well. Defensive line is those 2, D Ford and Bosa, are looking all right. Just the problem with D Ford is that he keeps going offsides too much, what cost them the game. Kinlaw is presence. I don't know what's up with Eric Armstead. He does not have a presence in this defensive line at all whatsoever. He's had pressures, but he just hasn't. He needs what happened to the guy that had 12 sacks for us. That's where I wanted to know about that. Like this, he's looking like I think he's overrated now. Just because the reason why he had those 12 sacks because they couldn't guard D Ford, they couldn't guard Nick Bosa, they couldn't guard Armstead, and they couldn't guard DeForest Buckner. So yeah, like this defensive line is but I gave it an A minus because they got 3 sacks in that game. What about you?
Our defense came out strong in the first half, so I'm gonna give them an A plus in the first half, but the second half, I'm gonna give them a B minus because we like got so tired, and that's how Russell Wilson stepped up.
Okay, next, linebackers, B minus. Fred Warner is getting tackles as usual. Outside Zier got beat for a touchdown. Fred Warner, probably one of the best linebackers in the NFL. This defense hasn't been the same without Dre Greenlaw and DeForest Buckner. Dre Greenlaw's hurt, but DeForest Buckner's on the Colts. Let's be real. What about you? What do you grade this linebacker group?
And we just heard today that Jalen Smith got released from the Cowboys, so our linebacker group so far is all right, but like I feel like we just need like a couple more linebackers just to fit in. So the grade I'm giving them is like A minus. I mean, yeah,
You
Fred,
can't give them an A minus. Like Alex Zero allowed a touchdown. You can't. That's not an A minus group right there, dude.
or B minus then.
You're being what you call you're being too easy on them. Give them their for real grade. That's why I put their for real grade. And then we're going on to the cornerbacks.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god.
D minus. As we see through the games, Emmanuel Mosley locked up DK Metcalf in the game. Good job for Emmanuel Mosley for locking DK Metcalf up in the game. Deommodore Lenoir is all right. He just can't guard bigger wide receivers whatsoever. Dante Johnson, you got to get the fuck out of here of San Francisco. I swear to God, you suck, dude. You have been beat. You have been beat every time you line up against a wide receiver. I don't know how you are in this practice squad. I don't know how you are on this fucking team. I don't know how you're in the NFL. You get beat every time downfield. You allowed a touchdown pass to one of their backup wide receivers. I'm sorry, D minus. This cornerback group's got to get better. Drake Kirkpatrick did all right. Josh Norman, but they got to get more cornerbacks. I'm sorry to say, beef up the cornerbacks. This cornerback group is not good whatsoever, except Mosley.
Mm-hmm.
Would you grade them a D minus as well?
I know Mosley did good and everything, but like our cornerback is not like so far is like really bad. So I might have to do this F plus because it's not looking good right now. Every play, passing plays, our cornerbacks get like freaking broken. Like, come on, we need to step up. But yeah, Mosley's all right, and Norman's pretty good. Kurt Prospect did good. Yeah.
Safeties, A minus. This safety group, when they are on, is a very consistent group. They are very consistent on what they do. They have been doing a good job so far. I'm giving this group an A minus. What do you see? Same grade? A minus?
Same grade, yeah. Jimmy Ward, can't stop him. Jaquaski Tart, can't stop him. Cannot stop him. I like it.
Special teams, F minus. Mitch Wisnowski can show that he's only a good punter, but he can't kick for shit with accuracy. Misses a 41-yard field goal. What is wrong with Robbie Gould? If Robbie Gould is injured like this, I'm sorry. You got to release Robbie Gould at this point. He has been getting injured every season so far with the Niners. The only season he wasn't injured was the 2019 season. He got to go. I am sorry, Niners fans. Gold has to go. The kick returner, F minus. He shows that he can do good the first game, but it looks like he was good with luck. He drops the ball twice in a row. He tries to say, he fumbles the ball and picks it up and tries to dive again. He fumbles the ball again. Cost the Niners the game right there on that special teams play. That might be the last time we see that guy in a Niners jersey or next game. Brandon Ayuk, good punt returner. This other guy, gotta go. Sorry. You're going to do the same thing again. You gotta go. What do you say? F minus? Special teams?
Yeah, F minus as well. For the punt return, I'm gonna give that like a B plus because Brandon Ayuk is a good punt returner. Kick returner, F minus, no doubt, F minus. Um, the kickoff thing. I mean the field goal thing, F minus. Yeah, you're right. Robbie Gold has to get out of San Francisco because we can't deal with injuries. We can't. Happens every year. It's tired of him.
Now we got a coaching grade. F. D'Amico Ryans did good on defensively the first 2 quarters, and after that, his defense couldn't stop the Seahawks and Russell Wilson. D'Amico Ryans could be a good defensive coordinator the first 2 quarters, and after that, he falls apart. He now knows that the Seahawks are any team's gonna adapt to what his defense has to do. He is not a good defensive coordinator whatsoever. He is a downgrade from Robert Saleh whatsoever. This Niners team missed Robert Saleh whatsoever. Kyle Shanahan, F minus. I'm sorry to say, what the fuck were you doing in the first 4 games of the fucking regular season with your fucking offense? We allowed Seattle with only 34 yards combined the whole first half, and you only scored 7 points with your fucking offense. This shows me that Garoppolo is limited. This shows that you don't trust Trey Lance. This also shows that everyone thinks that you're an offensive mastermind. That is not true, as these defenses have stopped you whatsoever. I am sorry to say, but if the Niners don't make it to the playoffs this year, I'm sorry, you are probably going to get fired whatsoever. That's my biggest controversy. That's why, Celano, your eyes might be open. You're shocked when I say Kyle Shanahan's going to get fired. I think Kyle Shanahan, you're going to get fired because you haven't been consistent throughout the season. You've only had 1 winning season so far as a head coach for the Niners. The rest, losing seasons with Brian Hoyer, CJ Beathard, Nick Mullins, Jimmy Garoppolo. You are not a coach whatsoever. You are only an offensive coordinator. I'm sorry to say, Niners fans, Kyle Shanahan is not a head coach, not a good one as well. What do you have to say about that, Celano? Is that true? Kyle Shanahan cannot be a head coach. He is not good at what he does. He is an offensive coordinator whatsoever.
Yeah, I was just about to say, fire Kyle Shanahan after the season if the Niners don't make the playoffs. D'Amico Ryans, it was his first time coming back again, but I know he made a mistake against the Seahawks, but I feel like he can step up the more game plan more than the offense for Shanahan. But the defense is all right a little bit, but like Shanahan, you got to build more plays like with Trey Lance. Like all we did was just run the ball like that drive with Trey Lance, like not the Seahawks game, but the Packers game. When Trey Lance came in or something, they just ran the ball with him. They didn't pass the ball with him.
This is what I wanted to this is what I said. Kyle Shanahan, if you ever read this YouTube video or watch this YouTube video, let me explain something to you. If you think this is a fucking rebuilding season and you try to lose all these games on purpose, and we traded all those draft picks to get fucking Trey Lance, and if this doesn't work out, you're going to be gone. So is John Lynch. You are going to be gone if you made one of the worst mistakes. I think we would have had a chance. And one of your biggest mistakes that you fucking made was keeping Jimmy Garoppolo and not signing Tom fucking Brady. Tom Brady was a free agent, wanted to come to San Francisco. Also, Aaron Rodgers wanted to come to San Francisco, but you declined that trade. I don't care if we have to trade Mosley or something. Aaron Rodgers can take, or Brady can take this team to the Super Bowl. How good he is, but you decided to keep Garoppolo just because of one good season, but you haven't seen his fucking past. You know when Garoppolo had 13 interceptions, I knew for a fact that you were going to keep him because of him having 27 touchdowns. He is not good whatsoever. Why the fuck did you keep Jimmy Garoppolo in the first place? Why did you keep him? Why did you trade DeForest fucking Buckner? One of the worst trades and worst decisions that you ever made in your fucking career. That I'm telling you right now. You traded that just to get Javon Kinlaw. Javon Kinlaw is a good player. He's not a pass rusher. He can't get to the quarterback. He's a run stopper. Run stopper like DJ Jones, for example, right? Why did you get rid of DeForest Buckner, one of the best defensive tackles in the fucking league? You had DeForest Buckner, D Ford, Nick Bosa, Eric Armstead. Why didn't you get rid of Eric Armstead? I don't care if he had 12 sacks or not. He wasn't going to do the same shit after that. Why? Just why did you do one of the most dumbest things I've ever seen a coach? And you would agree on this.
I'd rather have Jim Harbaugh back. Jim Harbaugh back. He will take care of Trey Lance and treat him like Colin Kaepernick.
But at the same time, they're not making the Super Bowl. Forgot about that.
Yeah, true. But I'm saying he'll make more good offensive plays more than Shanahan, because Shanahan's a piece of shit. Doesn't know how to. Oh my God! All right, enough with Shanahan. Go ahead, bro.
We're gonna grade. We're gonna make a thing. It's like a little break thing called overrated or underrated. I'm gonna name players. I'm gonna say overrated, underrated. Okay. Odell Beckham Jr. Overrated, underrated.
I'm gonna say overrated for now.
Overrated. Okay. George Kittle.
Underrated.
Underrated. Russell Wilson.
Underrated.
Underrated. Let's see another player. I'm thinking of someone. Richard Sherman.
Overrated.
Overrated. Antonio Brown.
I'll give him underrated.
Underrated. Mac Jones.
Overrated.
Underrated. Mac Jones was able to compete with Tom Brady. That's why I say underrated.
17-9.
Zach Wilson.
Overrated.
Overrated. Trevor Lawrence.
Overrated. Too many picks this season.
I think he's rated. That means he's in between.
Yeah, rated. Something like that.
Derek Carr.
Underrated.
Underrated. Max Crosby. Defensive end for the Raiders.
Underrated.
Underrated. Those are the players we rated so far.
He was a defensive end, huh?
Yeah, defensive end.
Yeah, underrated. I can tell how many sacks you got. If he went to the Niners, this will be a different story.
Watch. We're gonna make. We're gonna. I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna ask him. I'm gonna ask one question. I already said this already, but I'm gonna say it again. Will Kyle Shanahan be back next season?
Only
Yes
if
or
we
no?
only if we make the playoffs, which I don't have no clue, but I still believe we're gonna make the playoffs. So yes, I'm gonna say yes if he can turn this around.
I'm saying no. He's not. He's not coming back next year whatsoever. All of his play designs haven't turned out so well. People have realized the run game. They realize the pass game. It's not going to happen.
It's just the running backs like getting hurt and stuff. I I know it's Shanahan's fault a little bit, but like the running backs is just getting hurt and stuff. That's why it's just affecting our running game because we barely have a rookie on our side for running back. And if Raheem Mostert comes back and Jeff Wilson, all of them come back, it's gonna be a way different story. If we can be healthy, it's gonna be a way different story.
Yeah, it's
Which
just if we don't win that much games this year, just expect this to be a rebuilding year whatsoever.
without Shanahan, yeah, without Shanahan.
A rebuilding year. And the Niners can't win the rest, can't win a lot more games. The season's over, pretty much. And yeah, that's pretty much the end of our video. This is going to be a very controversy video, so I need you guys to
Yeah,
I need you guys to hit the likes and comments down below. This is going to be one of the
hit
best videos you've seen in a while.
hit the sub,
Hit the subscribe button as
subscribe.
well.
Hit it, boy, Rob.
So follow me on Instagram at 209 your boy Rob. Follow CJ on Instagram at Celano Jones 16.
Yes, sir.
So we'll talk to you later. Next video we might have one of our other guests, Jacob Moss or Tyler Stanley, possibly. We might get what's his name, John Monty Bias in some of these videos. So we'll talk to you later, guys. Peace.
Yeah. From Niners coverage.